Good morning and welcome to Kotor, Montenegro. That's Kotor. And today is going to be amazing. We have an excursion where we're going to ride bikes through the city. We're going to kayak, swim. Not sure how that's going to go, although the weather's beautiful. I think the water temperature is a little chilly, and so we'll see about that. So they may change things up a little bit, but we'll wait and see what happens. But today we are not at the port, and so we are going to have to tender into the city, and so we'll show you that process. Tendering from a cruise ship is where you take a little boat and head on the shore that way. So that should be kind of interesting, but we'll get through there. We've done that before. It's not too bad. It just takes a little bit more time. So we'll show you that process when we get to it. So Kotor, Montenegro, here we come. To truly appreciate Kotor, you have to see it from the water. With the town along the shore as the sun is coming up with the towering mountains in the background, this is just a beautiful city. Good morning.
Morning, Big Snip.
Thank you.
Mind your head, sir.
Where do you want to sit? This right here?
Yeah.
This is Erica on our tender. She's excited. We are actually on the first tender off the boat. So before we left the cruise ship this morning, the weather was pretty good, but as soon as we got on the tender, it started to rain. Since the bay is too shallow for large cruise ships to dock, passengers are ferried to shore on smaller boats called tenders here in Kotor. The ride is more than just a transfer. It's like a mini scenic tour. You're surrounded by the breathtaking beauty of Kotor Bay with its towering limestone cliffs and sparkling water. It's the perfect way to start your adventure in this stunning destination. So we are in Kotor, Montenegro now. Made it off the tender, off the boat. All right, Erica's going to give us a little recap of what's happened so far, because I told you this morning that we were going to go on a biking, kayaking, swimming excursion. So
it's been canceled. So it's been canceled. So now we're just going to go in here to the old city walls, walk around, try to find something to do. We are 0 for 2 on our short excursions.
Yeah, it's kind of rainy. I guess that's the reason they canceled it. They said it was weather related. So here we go. The Old Town city walls. So since our plans changed, our journey now begins here at the entrance to Kotor's Old Town, this UNESCO World Heritage Site. These fortified walls date back to the Venetian period, guarding the town for over 1,000 years. And inside you'll find a labyrinth of cobblestone streets, charming squares, and historic landmarks, like the Cathedral of St. Tryphon, built in 1166. And every corner of Kotor tells a story. And as you walk around this town, it definitely feels like you've traveled back in time. This medieval town is a treasure trove of history, culture, and charm, and it's all packed into a relatively small area that's perfect for exploring on foot. So right now we are coming upon the Cathedral of St. Tryphon. This is one of the most iconic landmarks in Kotor. Walking through Kotor's Old Town is like navigating a labyrinth of narrow, winding streets, but getting a little lost is part of the experience. Around every corner, you'll find something astonishing or fascinating, whether it's a hidden courtyard or a cozy cafe or a boutique selling local crafts. We are on top of the city fortress walls. This is the view. We are walking on the top of the Old Town Fortress walls. Archway. There's a tiny little archway.
I'm not sure how safe this is. It's like a severe drop off these walls. Laissez be. This is kind of crazy. There's no one up here.
We are still on the top of the walls of the city. There's a little restaurant up here. It's not open yet, but cute little place. And down on this side is the river. And right up ahead of us are the mountains. And Erica just found a friend. It's a little black cat. Hope that doesn't bring us bad luck for the day. I mean, already our excursion was canceled. So as you can see, Kotor isn't just beautiful at street level. Some of the best views are from the top of its medieval city walls. We are hiking up to the fortress. The rain is slowing down. This is the view from, I don't know, maybe halfway up. This is what the hike looks like. Then we're going up. That's Erica up there in front. We made it to the church or chapel. I'm not sure what it is. We'll figure that out. But we are here. And this is the view from the chapel here. Wow, beautiful view. All right, we made it up to the fortress level, but the fortress level still climbs pretty high. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a flag way up there in the distance, probably on the upper right hand corner, and we're going to try to make it up to that. So that's the goal, the fortress of Kotor. These are the walls of the fortress. They have these little slits in them so they can look out but not be shot, I guess. And this is the wall of a room. It's kind of overgrown. There's flowers and stuff growing out of it now. Flowers are pretty. There is a fruit tree growing up here on the fort. Erica thinks they are pomegranates. Now the path is pretty steep and there's no stairs. It's just a slick rock. So Erica's going up. I'm videotaping her in case she falls for the lawsuit. She didn't fall. We are still going up. Here's another level of the fortress. I have no idea how many levels there are, but there's a lot. And it's pretty high. You see the bay and everything down there in the background, and the city. There's our cruise ship. Here is I think this is the top of the fortress. Erica is heading over toward the flag. Looks like you just did something really big and monumental. Look at that pose. These are the rooms in the fortress. Got these little windows. That's cool. And let's go in this other big room here real quick. Yeah, that's a big hallway that goes down and around. More area on the top of the fortress. Eric says, let's go this way. All right, we are at the very top of the fortress. I think we might be on a roof or something, I don't know. But the top of it. So we actually found out that this place is called San Giovanni Fortress, and it is the highest point of Kotor's fortifications. It is 920 feet above sea level, and this strategic lookout once helped protect the city from invaders, and today it's a peaceful place to take in breathtaking scenery. Very cool. Neat place. It's a little bit old, kind of in ruins in parts, but overall, good experience. So this fortress has stood for centuries, surviving wars, earthquakes, and time itself. It's a reminder of Kotor's resilience and rich history. So here are just a few tips before you tackle this hike if you're in Kotor. Wear good walking shoes. And this is something Eric and I didn't do, but bring plenty of water. We just happened to find out that you could go on this hike, and so we didn't have any water with us. But you be smart and bring some water. And if you can, go early in the morning or later in the evening to avoid the midday heat. The day we went was pretty overcast, so we didn't even have any problem with the heat, but we still got pretty sweaty. So one thing you'll quickly notice as you're visiting this city is besides its stunning medieval architecture is the large number of cats roaming the streets. These furry locals are beloved by both residents and visitors, and they become an unofficial symbol of the city. Kotor has fully embraced its feline residents. You'll find cat-themed souvenirs, local businesses with cat mascots, and even a small cat museum, which features exhibits dedicated to cats in art and history. The Kotor sign up here. That's cool. But right now, I'm on a mission to find a snack. Our big hike up to the fortress. I think we're gonna stop and I'm gonna get a crepe. Nutella, banana, strawberry. What are you thinking?
Hazelnut, white chocolate, crispy cookie dough, waffle.
Ooh, waffle and crepe. So I patiently waited as this lady made my crepe, but it was well worth the wait. This little snack was definitely what we needed to get us through the rest of our time visiting Kotor. The one thing it is tough to get used to in Europe is that most of the public toilets you have to pay for. So this one to go in is €1. So you better be prepared to pay to use the bathroom when you're in Europe. The little restaurant that we went into didn't even have a bathroom. We then walked by some more stores and did some window shopping. Erica saw all these Santas and was very envious, but she knew she couldn't bring any home. We also saw some more cats. The kids in Kotor really love all the cats that are here. We then visited a few churches. This one is St. Nicholas Church. It's in the heart of Kotor's Old Town and one of the most important Serbian Orthodox churches in Montenegro. The church was built in the early 20th century, replacing an older Orthodox church that burned down to the ground in the late 19th century. It was completed in 1909 and remains an active place of worship for Kotor's Serbian Orthodox community. Inside, you'll find a stunning collection of religious icons framed in gold. But one of the most fascinating churches in Kotor is St. Luke's Church. It's a modest yet historically significant site that reflects the city's diverse religious heritage. Despite its small size, this 12th century church has a unique story that makes it stand out among Kotor's many landmarks. But after visiting these churches, it was time for us to do a little shopping, and so we decided to go in this souvenir shop. And as we were exploring more of the city, we found the best pizza shop in Kotor. Got a lot of umbrellas up here that they're using for decoration.
Oh, I bet you they open it during the sun.
And then we just strolled by many other stores and shops. Kotor is a beautiful city. So we finished touring the old town. It's pretty cool. Walked up to the fortress and that chapel, and now we are getting ready to do a hop-on, hop-off bus tour. So we'll see a little bit more of Kotor, and actually it's Kotor and Montenegro. Here we go. Exploring Kotor and its surrounding areas is made convenient and informative with the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour. This service allows you to discover the Bay of Kotor's highlights at your own pace and offers flexibility and ease of travel. There are many points along the way where you can get off, but we decided since it was raining just to take the tour and not get off at any of the stops. And as we were passing all these bicyclists, I realized I'm glad our excursion today was canceled because it would be miserable riding our bikes in this weather. And while we were here, to do the hop on hop off was 25 euros per person. But now it's time for us to tender back to the boat. Kotor Bay is one of the most scenic places to take a tender ride. As you glide across the water, you get panoramic views of the fortress walls, climbing up the mountains, the charming old town, and the picturesque coastline. It's a perfect moment for one last photo before saying goodbye to this magical place. But now it's time for us to get back on the ship. But don't leave this video yet, because as our ship leaves Kotor Bay, we're going to show you a few more interesting things that you'll see along the way. One thing Erica always makes me do on cruises, we never use the elevator. We always take the stairs. So no matter how many flights there are, we take the stairs every time. We're on flight 5 right now, or floor 5. We're going to number 10. Dropping off our bags, then going to number 12. Even when we brought our luggage on the first day, we took the stairs. I carried both suitcases because Erica made me. Anything you want to say about that? These are the elevators on the cruise ship that we never use. Okay, here they're nice, but this lady right here, she will not let us use the elevators.
Hey, you can eat all you want. We just burn it off.
All right, we're back from our little, I don't know what you call it, our little adventure in Kotor. I didn't know this was famous for cats, but it is, and that is pretty cool. We love seeing all the cats there. The hop on, hop off wasn't our most favorite thing that we did, and that was mainly because when we got on it started raining, so we just rode the hop on, hop off all the way around, never got off. But there is a couple pretty cool islands down at the kind of the entrance to the bay, I guess. This is the Bay of Kotor. One is the Lady of the Rock, which has a church and everything on it. So if the weather was nice, we would have definitely taken a boat ride out there. But the weather wasn't cooperating with us today. And we feel kind of lucky, I guess, that our excursion this morning was canceled, because otherwise we'd been riding a bike in the rain this afternoon, and definitely didn't want to do that. But we loved hiking up to the fortress, seeing Old Town, had a great time, and so definitely recommend Kotor and Montenegro, especially if you like cats. This area is definitely one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. With the city and the mountains in the background and the peaceful bay, I decided to just sit on the balcony and watch this area. And I also watched the last few tenders as they brought the remaining passengers back to the boat. But eventually all the passengers were on, and it was time for our boat to leave Kotor Bay. And this is just some views of the area as we were leaving. And in the distance, this is some fish farms that they had along Kotor Bay. One of the most iconic sights in the Bay of Kotor is two tiny islands just off the coast. And the first one is Our Lady of the Rocks, and the second is St. George Island. Both islands hold fascinating histories and are must-see spots when exploring the bay. Our Lady of the Rocks is a unique because it was a man-made island. According to legend, in the 15th century, two sailors from this area found an image of the Virgin Mary on a rock in the bay, and they took it as a divine sign and vowed to create an island by dropping rocks and sinking old ships filled with stones. Over centuries, locals continued the tradition, and eventually the island was built. Today, visitors can explore the Church of Our Lady of the Rocks, which houses beautiful paintings, a small museum, and an altar with the original icon of the Virgin Mary. Kotor, Montenegro is a beautiful place, and you won't be disappointed if you get the chance to visit here. Don't forget, we're still on the push for 1,000 subscribers, and when we get that, we will give away $100 to one of those lucky subscribers. And if we're ever fortunate enough to get to 10,000 subscribers, we'll give away $1,000 to a lucky subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave us a comment. Until next time.